Minister of Education Myron Walwyn says education in the Virgin Islands is at the crossroads. Addressing the Education Department's public consultation for the introduction of an additional school year on Tuesday, February 18th at the Sir Rupert Briarcliff Hall, Minister Walwyn said the territory's education system is playing catch-up in several areas. He says reform is needed for local students to compete effectively in the global marketplace.
The education system of the Virgin Islands is at a crossroads at this time in our history. We have had many developments over the years, but the system cannot remain static as we exist in a world that is changing at a remarkable pace. As a small, open society in a highly interconnected world, the Virgin Islands will not be buffeted from global changes that are taking place around us. We must constantly review our position and advance initiatives aimed at ensuring our competitiveness. We must be cognizant at all times that our children no longer compete just among themselves, but now compete in a global marketplace. Therefore, we must continue building our systems and processes and upgrading our products and services to better prepare our children for this era and the ever-expanding arena of engagement. It is for this reason we have been putting a number of initiatives in place, as in some cases we must play catch-up with the rest of the world. Over the last 2 years, we have put several measures in place and will continue to do so as we seek to ensure our students are all well served. We must strengthen our system so that, like the Singapores and Finlands, we too can rank in the top percentages when our education system is scrutinized. How do we get there? It takes hard work, an attitude which accepts change and making hard decisions. We must prepare our children to have the character, the discipline, and determination to excel in many areas. Such aspirations cannot be achieved by quick fixes. We must adequately study our own situation as well as those of countries at various stages of engaging in meaningful education reform.
The Education Minister expressed the view that the concept of an additional year is not new, noting that the proposal has been on the cards since the 1970s. He said various universities and colleges have reported that a high number of local students are not prepared for tertiary level education in many regards.
When the committee that looked at the school leaving examination and supplementary examinations were convened in 2012, in their report, they highlighted the inadequate preparation of our students due to a variety of reasons. We have had complaints from the community college, the private sector, and the general population that our secondary school graduates are not ready in several regards. With these questions being constantly raised about the quality of our school leavers, it is incumbent on us to do all in our power to address the problem. We realize that our students must be able to matriculate to schools of higher learning anywhere in the world, and therefore must be well prepared for this in order to succeed. The fact that we are not prepared for institutions of higher learning means a higher education cost to the government. We pay out thousands of dollars to take students through skills program before getting into the degree program, and many write back for extensions as they are unable to cope. How then can we improve what we do to ensure that this situation changes? We started by trying to understand our processes, by taking a critical look at what exists, and among the recommendations coming back is the need for our students to have more time to get a firmer foundation. Adding additional time to the school life of our children will only bring benefits all around. Cognizant of the many misconceptions already circulating, I hasten to say that this will only begin to affect those students who are currently in third form, as the present fourth and fifth year students have already begun their preparation for their senior program. So the proposal that we put in place in short words would only come into effect 2 years from now.
The concerns expressed by the Education Minister were later substantiated by presentations from Education Consultant Dr. Charles Wheatley, Principal at the BVI Technical and Vocational Institute, Jermaine Scatliff, Registrar and Director of Enrollment Management at the HLSAC, Dr. Laverne Baptiste, and Education Officer Connie George. Dr. Charles Wheatley noted that there have been many reforms in education dating back to the 1955 Education Act, designed to meet the needs of that particular time. He also said the Virgin Islands community is breaking the hearts of its children.
So we have reached a stage in our development which requires us to think globally, even though we act locally. You see, children have lives that have to be groomed, nurtured, and pruned. All these responsibilities we must keep in mind as we endeavor to create an environment that will nurture the minds, the souls, and the hearts of our children. We must be sure that we do not design a system that is going to break our children. And may I say this, that we are breaking the hearts of a lot of our students every day. A lot of us are doing that by the way we interact with them, the way we treat them, the way we speak to them, the way we... It's done by a lot of us, by parents, by teachers, by siblings, by friends, by the whole community. When we do that, we expect them to succeed. But if we have wounded them so badly, then we slow down their learning process, because then they need to be healed before they can learn. And some of the reforms that the minister alluded to this morning are designed to help that healing, which goes on within our children. We have too many latchkey children in our community. Some children in the community don't see their parents for a whole week. Now you analyze that, and I'm not telling you any lie.
The education officials put forward strong arguments in support of adding an extra year throughout the secondary system, a move that has already taken root in some countries outside the region.